Hello, today I'm going to talk about this book that's called Billy and the Minpins. But I'm going to read the text back here and then I'm going to talk about this book. And the author for this book is Roald Dahl. I can't say that name somehow, but I'm good. So, and this is the whole book of this series. Here's all the books, and there is one of the books. But it's one book I don't see, and I'm just not going to find it. The BFG, that book. Where did they put it?
Somewhere.
But now I'm going to read the text back here and then I'm going to talk about this book. That wood, his mother said, is full of the most bloodthirsty wild beasts in the world. So now I'm going to talk about this book, and I'm going to have two things that I'm going to look at. I can right now just say which are going to be introducing in this book. Mother, so Billy's mother, and then Billy, Dahl, Minnie, and the Minpins. So then, and there is the chapters. If I don't remember, I can just look at the chapters. And this is like 98 pages. Now, it starts with that little Billy. He is a good person. Okay. Billy is is a good person right now. His mother says that he can't go out he can't look. Billy can do the boring stuff, but he cannot do the exciting stuff, like going into the forest of sin. They call the forest. I don't know why, but just to know. And then one day, Billy is just sitting out, and his mom says, what are you doing, Billy?" Billy says, "I'm doing good, Mom." So then somebody whispers in his ear, "It's the devil." From what it's called, I don't remember. So then the devil says to Billy, "You can just now go out of the window and in one, I don't know what it, wait. Yeah, here. So then in a jiffy, little Billy had dropped silent onto the bed floor. In another jiffy, he was out through the garden gate. And in yet another jiffy, he was standing on the very edge of a great big dark forest of sin. So jiffy. So now Billy comes into the forest. It's normal right now. And then his mom says that's something that's called a spitter, and this blows out smoke, and it's very dangerous. And it's actually called a gruncher, but I'm going to it's in further of the book. And I wanted to tell you one thing. I like the book. I like this thingy that's called "Let's Find Out How Careful You Are Reading." What does the spittler blow out of his nose? Hot smoke. Who is the first Minipin that little Billy meets? Dahl, Minnie. The birds are like what to the Minipins? Cars. Which terrible monster does little Billy defeat? The gruncher. Which bird takes little Billy on lots of adventures? The swan. So it's like questions you need to answer. And I said correctly all the answers. So you maybe know a little more what happens in the book. But if you don't, I can now talk. So then Billy comes into the forest, and it's normal, but after a little bit, when he comes more into the forest, he sees hot smoke from the spittler. Right now it's called the spittler, but it's called the gruncher, and yeah. So then, how should I say? What was it called again? Yeah. So then Billy runs and runs and runs, and then the spittler comes somehow nearer and nearer. So then Billy finds a tree, and he goes up into the tree, and then up in the tree, it's just the spittler is still down there, and I'm going to say gruncher now. So then Billy, he sees some tiny people, and then they talk to Billy and say that they're the Minpins. So then Billy, how should I say? They say about the gruncher that the gruncher is loving to eat people, but he hasn't had people in a very long time. So he's going to wait there for Billy to come down. He's waiting to Billy to come down, and he can wait. He can wait in 20 years to Billy to come down. The gruncher is waiting. The gruncher is still waiting there. So then Don Mini says that they says about the other Minipins. They is flying on the birds to come to other places and to get some food food. So then the children fly on a type of bird. I don't know what it's called. I don't remember. So then this type is very gentle with the kids. So and it loves the kids. So then Billy gets a plan. He can ride on a swan. He's that little. So then he has a plan. He rides on the swan. Wait, the gruncher has one thing. Only one. I don't know what it's called in English, but it's one way the gruncher can die. And it's when the gruncher falls into the lake, his heart is out of a fire. So if the fire burns, if the fire then
turn off.
Not turn off.
Yes.
You don't turn off a fire. You don't turn off a fire.
Mm-hmm.
You don't turn off a campfire, and you don't put a thingy on it and then do it like this, and then the campfire is what's this called?
Okay.
So then the campfire locks. I can't just say it. The campfire just burns out, and then it dies. So then Billy has a plan. He takes the swan and flies on it, and then he flies to the water in a lake in the forest. So then they fly low with the swan, and then when they come to the lake, they fly high. So then the gruncher falls into the water and dies, and that worked. that seriously worked. So then the Minpins was so glad that Billy killed the grunter. So then the Minpins want to give something to him. And then every night this swan comes and takes Billy, if he wants, out to an adventure every night. Not on the daylight, but because somebody maybe sees him. So that's bad. So on the night when everybody sleeps. So then Billy became bigger and bigger. So then the Minpins questioned him if he can come there, or if he can come there on foot when this war, when he's too big. And he says yes. And then the Minpins some days also comes to Billy. So then that was all for this book that was called Billy and the Minpins. And this book was fun, easy to read, interesting, and it was very easy to read. It was interesting, not more. But the best character for this book was, I think, Billy. And my next book is a Swedish book, I think. And bye bye.